What up, Buzz? You tapped in? Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack them. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things, MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong, history. And we good on that, put Jilla on the track and we good on wax. 3, 2, 1, everybody say Bulls on tap, Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty, Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery, nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news, go and subscribe. Hang out with Buzzy and Goose, tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I'm your boy Buzz. I'm joined by my dude Goose, aka Bulls Script, and we're here to recap a 129-121 Bulls victory over the Portland Trailblazers. Before we get into this one, be sure to go on OnTapSportsNet.com for other Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Bulls on Tap, at OnTapSportsNet. Following Goose at Bulls Script and me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us. 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, please go over to YouTube, subscribe to the On Tap Sportsnet YouTube channel, hit the little bell. Anytime we go live, you'll be notified. We're brought to you by Sports Illustrated. Goose, Bulls win, second one in a row. They beat Charlotte 2 days ago. They come out and beat Portland tonight. Portland, a team that's on a slide compared to how they really started the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of easy to tell when you see their center depth. They could use both Drummond and Vucevic from us. For being honest, without Nurkic tonight, they definitely looked very shorthanded down low. Stacey reminded us all game, it's a very simple game. When you play through the big man with an advantage, unfortunately, as much as I love Stacey, that call and hearing that every night or every other night when the Bulls play, it's making me want the Bulls to trade Vooch, which is tough to say after the guy plays the way that he did tonight. You know, this game is
because of Stacey King.
I mean,
you want to ship him out because of Stacey?
I mean, there's more than the Stacey reason. There's
I know.
He needs to be paid, and these wins are very confusing, and I don't know what to make of them because Io is kind of a driving force in these two wins. Obviously, Zach and Dame dueled it out to a T here, but these wins, we wanted Portland to win. We want their pick. And now we confused ourselves and hurt ourselves, but it was a lot of fucking fun. I can't lie. I had a good time. That third quarter was a roller coaster. First quarter, I think we ended up with like 12 assists. So very exciting game through and through. I wish I knew what it meant.
32 team assists, Goose, on 48 made shots tonight. So I want to throw, that's a cool stat. That's,
we shot over 40% from three as well.
46.2% only on the 26 attempts, though. So coming in at 2 under our season average, but we also shot 60% from the floor in general, which that's pretty awesome. They had a good offensive game tonight for the most part. Zach came out in the first quarter, really set the tone, got things, was scoring the ball, doing some stuff. I mean, he ends up with 36 tonight, extremely efficient, 50% from downtown, 11 from 18 from the field. He did turn the ball over 5 times, but he had 36 points, 5 assists, and 6 boards. 2 steals as well for Zach.
Yeah, it's nice to see that three-point shot is finally coming back. Obviously, we saw those struggles there with the hand injury or whatever it may have been for that 5 or 10 game stretch. Seems to be finally coming out of that slump, which obviously makes a big difference for this team, especially since we don't generally shoot well from 3 and we only take 26 of them apparently. So 28 on average, but tonight 26. Very efficient game, and I guess you only take 26 when the opposing team doesn't have a center and Vooch gets to make everything look simple.
Yeah, that's not a bad point at all. I mean, Portland struggled from the 3-point line. They made 14, so 2 more than we did, but they attempted 43 threes.
And Simons had how many? Because
Simons actually had 12. He went 5 for 12.
Okay.
So, Almost
I
50%.
heard Adam say on the broadcast he had 14 threes between tonight and last night. So dude is just a flamethrower.
Yeah, Dame went 5 for 12 too. And he ended up with 40 on 21 shots total, though. Had 11 free throws attempted, 11 free throws made.
Yeah, three early fouls on Io, no Caruso tonight, so that definitely was a factor in this game.
Dalen Terry was fucking found. He was lost, and now he's found, brother.
Oh, yes. He found the Drummond stint of 5 minutes in the first half for the most part. I think he got a little bit more burn than that, but it was – he got how many minutes?
4.
4?
Felt like an eternity.
It did feel like an eternity.
Because he played.
I literally just said I felt like it. I swore it was more than 5. Like it felt like a lot longer than 5.
It did.
And I don't know what that means. That I was more excited to see Dalen Terry, and I cherished that moment longer than I probably cherished the win tonight, which is weird because he didn't really do anything, and I really don't have that much hope for him in general. But we did get a Dalen Terry sighting. He was on a back-to-back. I believe he had 17 points and 5 or 6 assists last night.
Yeah, he played in Wisconsin last night in the G League.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, no, we had a Dalen sighting, which was nice.
I was happy for the young man, Goose.
Caruso didn't look actually injured, which confuses me because, like, precautionary, trade deadline, what's going on?
People are saying that they don't know what the Bulls are going to do, and I know a lot of people just want us to get into that. But we were talking about a win that was fun because third quarter, I'll just say now, awesome. Zach's fourth quarter, super sweet. But you were just talking about Caruso, so we have to get into it, Goose. We have to.
All right, fine.
Is he the most likely guy to go if they want to compete? I say yes. If they still want to compete, I still think he is the most likely guy to move.
So, but what do you mean by that? Because if you're trying to compete, Alex Caruso is literally by every metric like most impactful.
They know they're not winning a championship, brother. They want to get into the playoffs.
So, but what kind of
Jerry Reinsdorf, welcome. I'm just saying, bro. Like if they're interchangeable, and Dalen's not as good as Caruso offensively, and that's saying a lot.
The dude played 4 minutes. We're not going here.
I'm not going there at all. I'm saying is it tryout time, Goose? They waited too long. This is a tryout thing. I'm not saying it should happen. I'm not saying I want it to happen. I'm saying, is it a tryout thing? Seriously.
I mean, I guess we did see. What was it? I think it was. I don't even know if DeMar was on the floor, or was it DeMar with all the young guys? It was either one of DeMar or Zach, and then you just had Kobe.
Like Zach was out.
BJJ. I think it was Zach. No, that was let's get a look at this kind of look. And I don't think that the numbers were bad.
They were minus 12 in Dalen Terry's time.
They were okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to compare. I'm just wondering because it was just such a weird thing. It's like Caruso's out for the night. Like I know he went out the other night. He didn't look hurt, like you said, on the bench. He looked cheery, getting up, standing up and stuff.
Out on the floor every single time.
And I know it's different than just getting up and cheering or just running on the court. Obviously, we both know that's a different thing. But he didn't look like it was ailing.
That said it best. If you can walk, you can play.
That's very true. But it did not look like he was ailing, right? I mean, at least to me.
He looked in high spirits, which tells me he might not be on the trade block.
Yeah, maybe he's not. Who knows? It's just so weird. I mean, goddamn trade block. Kyrie Irving. Let's talk about that too. So the report comes on my phone Friday, and it's like Kyrie demands a trade. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Seriously, because
It's still the hangover from how his situation was handled earlier in the season.
You think so?
I don't think after that whole issue that they see him as a long-term asset. They don't intend on paying him. I think they've been clear to him that they're not going to pay him the amount of years that he's looking for. So in a way, at least my understanding of this is like a kind of a leveraging threat. Hey, you guys don't plan on paying me, so I'm going to request a trade to somebody that does value me and will pay me after this season. Might even give me an extension on my arrival, So he's throwing that out there. Like, hey, you really think you can keep this season afloat without KD until he comes back, if he comes back?
Well, the answer to that question is no. So
without me? Yeah. So, no, it's a leverage play. You don't want to pay me? Cool. Then your team's not going to see the playoffs, and you can go ship me off to play with somebody for cheap because I demanded a trade, and they all know you're not going to pay me.
If he's the best player on your team, you're not making the playoffs.
They have a good roster.
They do have a good roster. They have a decent roster. I'm not gonna say they don't have Kevin Durant right now. He's hurt. So without Kevin Durant is the engine that moves that locomotive, my friend.
They still have a decent roster, and the East isn't that great. We just went from 11th to 9th.
Just saying, Kyrie Irving. Again, the Bulls are rumored from Mark J. Spears to be interested in Kyrie Irving. What would it take for you to get there? I've seen some wild things. I wrote an article the other day about, trade options and stuff. I've seen some wild things. I've seen people wanting no picks involved, nothing. Kyrie for Zach, straight up. When asked, obviously people will admit that Kyrie is a better player than Zach LaVine. They say that. And they also say because it will get them out of Zach LaVine's 5-year contract. People are saying that 7 months in. 7 months in, man. It's wild.
So first it was the Bulls are afraid to max somebody, and then 7 months in, it's the fans that are saying, get this guy and his salary out of here.
Yeah.
Get it out. I don't like it.
I've seen a few of them.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah. Zach's not my favorite guy, but I felt like that was a little crazy. I was like, okay. I mean, but at the same time, if I had all my picks, I'd be like, okay. But I have nothing.
So I mean, in the Zach for Kyrie, even straight up. So I get you get out of Zach's money, but you're excited to give Kyrie more money because he gets a veteran max. He's not getting he's eligible for even more money than Zach was eligible for. So I'm just that don't.
I mean, do you think that Kyrie Irving's a better basketball player than Zach LaVine?
I do. When available, I do think Kyrie's a better player. And I do think probably a better fit with DeMar because he is more adept at being a point guard. So if you are the Chicago Bulls, I could see where, hey, yeah, we improved this year and the window that we created comes back, I suppose. You have, according to the NBA rankings right now, top 25 player, DeMar DeRozan, NBA All-Star, DeMar DeRozan. Vucevic is playing like somebody that
he's been playing real well.
Could be an all-star. I believe 4th in the league in doubles from what Adam said tonight towards the end of the broadcast.
Yep.
So you can't. I don't know that there is at least a conversation to be had there. But if you have the long-term aspirations, once again, no. If you're confident you can trade for Kyrie straight up with Zach or minimal assets attached to it and improve the team for this year, or then get a sign and trade for Kyrie in the offseason and blow it up if you don't get a championship, cool. I guess in a way it accelerates the process. It's similar to what we talked about with the expiring contract of Russell Westbrook. When the show ended on Thursday night, when we talked last, me and you had a little bit of an extended post-game talk amongst ourselves, and as much as we don't like the package that the Lakers have to offer, if you're trying to rebuild or retool and you don't want that retool around Zach LaVine, getting assets, a player in Russell Westbrook, who is the point guard that you're missing currently, run fucking Westbrook, Kobe, DeMar, and Vooch, probably get the same outcome for the most part this season, but then you have $30 million plus worth of cap space with and Vooch's money. So you've got like 50 plus mil to work with in the offseason then. And you could retool around DeMar in that last year and give him an extension and do this thing however you want to do it. Like, those are moves that give you options for the offseason. But then we went and looked in the free agent lists and we were like,
there's nothing to pay
to have money for.
Yeah, there's nothing to pay for now. I mean, I don't know how that lineup would look though. I when you said it, I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Well, if you got Kyrie instead of Westbrook.
Yeah, Kyrie. So, I mean,
out there.
So with Toby's improved defense.
Io out there.
Right. Kyrie, I think Kyrie and Io would do
Kyrie, Io, DeMar, Pat, Vooch. I don't know if you improve defensively or not because Kyrie's not a good defensive.
I just don't like Kyrie Irving. So
it's a lateral move without the security of knowing that you have a max player. And as much as Zach may not be a leader or a closer at this point of his career, he does not provide drama. He is the most charismatic, for the most part, non-controversial player that you really, have encountered for Chicago to throw a max to. Like, easy guy, great person. I guess him and Billy's riffs are another thing. But, But other than that, you really just have a easygoing, going to say the right thing, do the right thing, and show up to the game and play if he's able kind of guy. With Kyrie, you never know what the excuse can be on the night of why he's not going to be in your rotation.
And I'd rather pass on that. I just don't want the drama surrounding the team. I'd rather just be bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something I just don't. I don't know if it's just me. I just don't want the drama surrounding everything that Kyrie brings. And plus, again, I don't think.
If I thought Kyrie with DeMar and Vooch made us an actual contender for this season, and then I wouldn't give a shit about the drama. Cool, give me all the drama for 1 year of give me a miracle.
Yeah,
but I don't see that, and I don't feel that. It feels like a very lateral move, just without the extra money attached to it. But if you lose the guy for free, then I'd rather have the extra money attached to Zach LaVine.
Right. So, what did you think about Shaedon Sharpe?
I was intrigued. I wouldn't go as far as impressed, but I would go with intrigued. I'll have to do some more research there on the kid to hear during the broadcast that he didn't even play in college and went number 7 overall is definitely a intriguing kind of side note to his game there. Redshirted at Kentucky, goes into the draft and goes number 7 overall.
Wild, right?
Yeah, no, that is bizarre. So obviously there's intangibles that jump off the page with the kid. Not the greatest shooter yet, something he's got to improve. But no, I mean, looks at Portland, they could use Vooch pretty bad. We're just going to get Kyrie and Durant to the Bulls? Is that what's happening? Are we doing the KD shit again? Can we do it again? That was fun. I actually like the KD shit.
I would love to have Kevin Durant, man.
Wow. So we're going to trade Zach and DeMar for Kyrie and KD, and then we're going to extend Kyrie in Chicago. Holy hell.
Yeah, what the swap of these, the swap of the ages. The ESPN alert was actually about Mo Bamba and Austin Rivers being suspended. So that was what that was there. They are suspended.
Get the trade domino starting. We've only got 5 days. What the hell is going on? Give me some juice.
I don't know, man. There's a lot more rumors coming out. Like, I mean, I like the fact. Did you see that rumor that came out of the Denver Post? I think it was the Denver Post that the Nuggets are shopping MPJ for like a proven, not shopping, but are open. I'm sorry, I should say are open.
Wait.
I think that was legit.
You mean like AK might be able to call up his old buddies and be like, hey, you want DeMar DeRozan instead?
I mean, I would be into that for future purposes. Yeah, I mean, but God, he just hurt all the time. I don't want to bring another hurt guy all the time. I mean, it's so hard because he was so talented.
We would officially be the roster of all hurt guys again if we did that.
Right. Like Michael Porter Jr. in high school was highly touted, the number 1 prospect in America. He commits to Mizzou, which a lot of people thought was super odd. Ends up playing like 2 or 3 games there, still goes in the lottery after getting major back surgery, right? Like this kid has talent. It's just a back issue is very concerning, but I'd be very intrigued by that too. I like Michael Porter Jr. I'm a Michael Porter Jr. guy. I'd like to see like old Lonzo before he got hurt and he has a titanium knee now. I'd like to see him, Zach, playing at his best with MPJ.
Titanium knees and titanium backs everywhere.
Yeah, it's fucking Terminator out there.
The Terminator. There we go.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we're both kind of on the same page. This 2-game win streak is not tricking us. Once we get to 3, you might get a different tune, I guess. We are in ninth in the play-in again.
Wow, it's great.
Like that, blink, snap, whoopity doo. Here we go. Might get to host one home game for that 9-10 matchup to see who gets to play the winner of 7-8. But it's all about that revenue.
Oh, dude, it's NBA trade deadline season. We beat fucking Portland. It was fun. It was super fun. Vooch played well. Zach played well. DeMar played well. Io was a big stepping up force in the game.
Juice is back in play, baby. I don't know what we're putting the pickle juice on. Do we want to? If they blow it up, will we do pickle juice? I'll celebrate with you with pickle juice.
If they blow it up?
Yeah. If they trade
If one of three of them are traded, I will do it.
Okay, but down. If
I didn't get to
one
name
of
my
the
three
big
because I
three
instantly regretted it. I didn't get to name my three. Okay, so let me name the three players. Okay, so Zach LaVine, if he gets moved, pickle juice. DeMar DeRozan, if he gets moved, pickle juice. The other big three is Io. If Io gets moved, I'll drink pickle juice. If it's Vooch, I won't do it. I won't do it because you know he's getting moved. You know it's happening.
But why? If he's getting moved, you might as well move everybody else. He is the only guy that is the reason that we're winning right now.
Because they're stupid and they dangle the carrot, and Jerry owns this team.
If you trade Vooch, you're not competing. There's
Hang
no
on,
reason to keep
I'm so sorry. One second. Absolutely not will I ever shave the beard. I did it one time since I've had it like this, and I didn't even know who I was anymore. It's like a little depression that went into it. Like I drink more than normal, so like just can't
grow faster.
I did, dude. I went to the fucking. I called Restore Hair. I put Rogaine on it. Everything. Had to grow that shit back like a chia pet. I'm not playing around.
So no, I mean, I think you could include Vooch in there for the pickle juice ultimatum.
Fine. If they do something substantial, even I'll fucking drink the pickle juice.
Trading Vooch would be substantial, and I'd have to imagine they'd be getting something substantial back, given what they gave up. Like if you could go get a Shaedon Sharpe back, a number 7 pick, like you gave up a number 7 pick, cool, let's fucking do it.
Damn, man, I would love that Shaedon Sharpe.
See, the issue there is Nurkic is on a fresh extension, so Nurkic is going to be your center through your rebuild for about $18 million a year for a couple of years.
I can live with that.
So, I mean, I guess solid veteran. If you're going to overpay somebody, pay the center position if it gets you a top 7 prospect. But you can definitely make that money work with Nurkic and Sharpe, and then throw somebody else.
See, I as much as I've been talking that shit about Sharpe, everything that I've read out of like Portland, because of course, I've been calling for this for how long now? I mean, there's tweets on it, shit. Like I was hoping we could send DeMar over there to get him because I don't think we're gonna do anything. But I read some things like that their fan-sided page writes and like writers with opinions over there writing, and it's like Sharpe is not available. He's not available. I even saw it on their
Simon's track.
I think that Simons would be more likely to move, which I know that's funny, right? But that's what people in their fan base say online is that and it's a majority of them from what I've seen on Twitter. They are they like this Sharpe kid. The front office likes him. Are
they in the same kind of boat that we are, that they want their team to rebuild and move on from Dame though? Like they don't
want to. They're trying to retool around Dame. They're trying to retool.
Sharpe's on Dame's timeline at all.
No, he's not, but he can still contribute, I think, within the next. Dame's not done for another 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, but if you're, I don't.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
What do you got? You got a shelf life on Dame right now? He's still balling.
Well, we just watched him drop to 40 piece. I ain't.
Yeah, he's still
falling off a cliff, but I just don't. Looking at the roster, I guess him and Simons doesn't work at this point. You kind of just got to accept that 2 offensive-heavy backcourt players are not going to do it with Dame.
And Sharpe is kind of
call him for years.
Yeah, Sharpe's kind of an aggressive guy. Yeah, but he does have some offense to him too, though. Sharpe is very good offensively, but he's that guy that can give you the vibes of. I'm not going to say like this elite superstar 2-way. But definitely definitely a 2-way that's very valuable to have. You know what I mean? Well,
that was the other thing that's kind of weird about the rosters. They've got both Josh Hart and Gary Payton II.
Yeah, 2 really great hustle players. They're guard heavy.
Can't shoot the ball worth shit.
Yeah, Gary Payton in Golden State, I felt like had a better 3-point stroke. He struggled with that.
He did not look to do anything on the offensive end at all tonight.
No. No, he really didn't.
Even less so than we get out of Caruso, which is kind of hard to do for a professional basketball player.
Hey, when Caruso was hitting threes, though, he's hitting threes. Yeah, he played 13 minutes. This is Peyton.
When Caruso was giving me the headband, I'm all for it. but we don't shoot threes, so we rarely get to headband.
I feel you. You have anything you want to touch on this game before we move to the next one?
If you can shoot 46% from threes, shoot more threes. I get you one. Shoot more threes.
Yeah, when Zach hits 5 of 10 of them, I mean, you're gonna have a good time. Even DeMar hit his only attempt. So Vooch went 0 for 4 though. That sucks.
Yeah, you know, it really sucks. I had several bets for like 83 cents with like 18 parlays picked out. Most of them had Vooch hitting 2 threes in it, and I think there's like at least 1 or 2 of them that would have hit if he would have just hit his threes.
Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been nice. Oh, Pat Williams, you know how many threes he hit tonight?
0?
Yeah.
0. Yeah. Which is weird because, you know, as I'm putting these fun little like 50-cent parlays together, I'm like, oh, Pat, bad ankle. Not going to be aggressive tonight. Going to be chilling in the corner.
He did have a really nice layup.
Threes. And then he had that oop in the. I'm like,
he had that oop and then that transition layup, and I thought that was pretty cool, man. He went coast to coast, but then he was very bad the rest of the time offensively, very, very bad.
Yeah, I mean, and nothing negative, at least outwardly enough to talk about on the defensive end. But yeah, offensively, outside of those 2 drives, it was very kind of blah for him. Which, like I said, I expected the opposite. I expected more. Just spot up 3 attempts with the sore ankle instead of flashing some athleticism that I didn't expect. I did not think he was getting that oop. I don't know
if
he was getting that oop.
I didn't think he was going to get it either. I really didn't. I thought it was too good to be true. But I felt like he had some explosion. That little ankle thing, I don't think is shit.
No, it was just a standard basketball tweak. Good to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling myself and I'm hoping because I don't want to see him get hurt, you know. But
no, I mean, at this point for us, we want nothing but development.
Development in the best, dude, for real. I mean, that's what you need at this point because I don't think we're going to do anything. That's why the trade deadline season's so fun right now. I mean, whatever lane they pick, I'm going to be into it. But I feel like whatever lane they do pick, Pat's going to still be asked or it's going to be required for more responsibility for him.
Oh, no. Regardless, he has been the key from the beginning of the season when we weren't going to have Lonzo Ball. Right. You needed Pat to end up being your 4th guy. To this point, I don't think that you can say that definitively.
Right.
But getting closer. So regardless, like you said, if they trade out of this situation or they just push forward with continuity like we expect them to do, Pat's role and responsibility to this team is going to continue to go up because it's what this team needs without a point guard.
Right.
The watching him bring the ball up tonight, I was a little concerned. Like he got trapped at the top of the key instantly. Like point guard Pat is not an option, unfortunately, as much as
a lot of people want that.
I've toyed with that idea in my head too. Outside of like fast break opportunities, though, he's getting stopped. Like his dribble is just not where it needs to be for that yet. He could go to Kobe White's dribble guy though. Maybe next year he'll be there.
Yeah, maybe it'll work out for him. We have the Spurs next. Spurs suck. You know, they are in the Wemby sweepstakes. They play in Chicago at 7:00 on Monday. The Bulls are now 2 games out of 500 again. So they're 25-27. I don't know, man. You know, they're every single time they get close and then we see what happens. So they're playing a bad team. This feels like the definition. Would you agree with me here? A trap game. It feels like the definition of it right now.
I mean, we're going for a 3-game win streak again. Right. The trade deadline is here, but does the trade deadline at least put that extra emphasis on how dire of a situation you're in? That you don't fall asleep against Keldon Johnson and Dougie Buckets and Jakob Poeltl? Like
Jakob Poeltl. What a name. I love that name, man.
I don't like it enough to see it in a Bulls jersey. That's not something.
No, I don't. Yeah, no. Well, not for what they were asking. Weren't asking for 2 firsts for him?
I mean, we're asking 2 firsts for Caruso. I think that's just the fucking game you play.
Yeah, but he's at least cool, though. You know? Like, what? I mean, Poeltl's just a guy. You know, he's got a cool name.
You know how much post-commentary we're going to have to hear from Stacey if we get Jakob Poeltl? Because Poeltl can't shoot threes. You're just going to hear, feed him. It's a simple game. Give Poeltl the ball. Give Poeltl the ball. I don't want it. Keep it away. Don't do it to me.
He's also not cool, though. though. So the 2 first-round picks is just a Popovich being stubborn. That's all that is. Yeah, but,
I don't think they actually want to get rid of him unless they get Wemby, and then they'd gladly get rid of him. But otherwise, I think they'd probably pay him.
Wemby did a face-up move. I don't know if you saw this, like his newest clip. Did a face-up move and then did a Euro step jam. The kid is nuts. Whoever gets him is going to be very happy if he stays healthy. And yes, the Spurs did beat us in the comment section. Yes, we lost to the Spurs the last time we played them. So hopefully,
greater than people.
Hopefully for the Bulls,
it's one-handed free throws, and he's better than our 4th overall pick.
Are you talking about Jeremy?
That's what the comment says.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah, and greater than P-Will.
He ain't wrong. I mean, that's the thing too. Before I'm going to get attacked again about how P. Will's progression when he can get to 11 points every 3 games is just something that I need to, bask in its glory of. It's just unbelievable the optimism the fan base has in Patrick Williams to be a superstar. It's not talking because I think he could realistically be like a 13-7 guy. I think that's his thing.
You think that's his thing? You think mid is his thing?
Yeah, I think a good mid 11-year career is probably what he'll have.
And unfortunately, that's exactly what we thought coming out of the draft too. So.
Oh yeah, 100%.
At least consistent.
He's not a superstar, but for the Bulls' sake, I want them to be happy. I want him to be sad. So hopefully they pick up a dub here because the Spurs have lost. Goddamn, Goose has had a lot in a row. That's a lot of L's. I'm actually going to move the camera.
They're 8 or I know it's 8 or 9 because
it's a lot.
The other day.
Do you see the L's?
It's a lot of L's.
It's like a fucking.
You know what that means? There's going to be a W there.
Oh no! I really hope it's not at our expense.
We're going to do it.
Oh my god, dude! But yeah, so
we let Charlotte get off their losing streak.
That's very true.
Shooting under 20% from 3-point land.
It's a trap game, so maybe the Bulls will win their first trap game of the year. So that's what we're going to go for. But you got anything else you want to drop, man, before we get out of here tonight?
No. Shoot more threes.
No.
And I guess in this case, we want the Bulls to win, or we have to drink pickle juice because they'll be trading people. So now we have incentive to root for our team again. This is awesome.
I'm very excited because I don't want to do this. So I don't feel comfortable. I'm scared. It makes me sweat a little bit. I don't want to do it. But if the Bulls do one of those things, I will do it. So yes, I have to root for them to win again because for a while there, I was getting a little irritated that they were trying to win. I fell into that path, and I'm so sorry to the people that are better fans than me. But I can't stand this shit anymore. So that's my closing monologue. You have nothing else. You sure you're ready to go? Goose is ready to go. Everybody be sure to go on TapSportsNet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Bulls on Tap and on Tap Sportsnet. Following Goose at Bulls Scripted, me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. Go to YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are brought to you by Sports Illustrated. We'll be back Monday after the Bulls play the Spurs. Let's go Bulls.